Eagle, proud symbol of our country, keep on flying high up above, and together we will stand and we'll restore the land. Oh, eagle, keep on flying, eagle.
Welcome back to Listen Eagle Live in Jackson, Mississippi, in the beautiful Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation building in the Reeves Metal Studio. All right, 1-800-251-5891. We're going to start off with Lisa Tinglin, Honor and Remember, and we'll go on into the Wounded Warriors. You see, I got my Hunter orange. Everybody says it ain't orange, but I think it's orange enough I won't get in trouble. Besides that, it's warm on a rainy time like this. Huh, Troy? We're going to get Troy up here before it's over. Okay, Lisa, Honor and Remember. We did one in Osaka. Osaka's will be listed this week with Pearl Harbor. Let's bring us up to date on Honor and Remember.
Honor and Remember of Mississippi, what we're trying to do is to honor all soldiers who have fought in any of the wars, and honor the fallen soldiers, any of those that have fought and lost their life for our country. And we are up to date with all the requests we've had, and what we need is to get the word out to the families, to our Gold Star families, and let them know that we are an organization here in Mississippi, and we would like them to request a flag. And you can go on to honorandremember.org. These flags are hand embroidered and personalized with the soldier's name, rank, and killed in action date, and they're presented in a ceremony to the families to honor them, because we do not want to forget those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms.
We wouldn't be doing this show. And you say Farm Bureau, different companies have sponsored you.
Yes, we have sponsors. Farm Bureau has sponsored us. The Marine Corps League, the Comiskey Wheat Marine Corps League in Hattiesburg has sponsored 2 flags, and we have 3 we're waiting to present. We're just waiting for the families to let us know when they're ready, they're ready for us, because it's a...
And it can go back as far as World War II, because you did in Osaka with Rod Ott.
World War II, we've done Vietnam, and, of course, the recent ones.
Now, I'm going to show this medal to Jim, and I'm going to let you tell about that. What is that?
That medal was given to everyone that had served in World War II.
Everyone that served in World War II?
It's a victory medal for World War II, and that was the original medal and the box that it came in. It was presented.
Okay, and I'm going to show this picture because I'm sure that he was in World War II, and that was your...
That's my grandfather, Howard W. Lott. He served in the Navy during World War II.
Don't know what ship?
Don't know what ship. I'm working on that.
Well, I hope it wasn't the one that got bombed in Pearl Harbor.
No, sir. He was not at Pearl Harbor, but he soon went there after the bombing, because they offered support.
Well, not many people are old enough, other than me, to remember. I was only 7 years old, 75 years ago, but I do remember my mother saying we're at war with the Japanese. Of course, as a 7-year-old, that didn't mean too much, and we all started hating the Japanese, But, then President Roosevelt declared war. And, of course, ultimately, we won that war by the hand of God and the veterans, of course. Now, let's go into Wounded Warriors, if you don't mind, Beverly, because this is a payback, sort of, not really ultimate payback, but it is. Let's tell about the Wounded Warriors and what's coming up, and we'll have Troy up in a little bit.
Well, we're Hot Coffee Hunts for Heroes.
Tell everybody where hot coffee is, because everybody up in North Mississippi says, there ain't no hot coffee in Mississippi.
Now, Troy would probably be better at telling that than me. It's because I'm not from Mississippi, but it's, if you know where Collins, Taylorsville, it's about 9 miles, is it south?
Well, we'll let Troy give directions when he get there.
It's about 9 miles from Taylorsville.
Well, y'all do it twice a year. How
we
wonderful.
do it twice a year. We do a deer hunt, of course, this time of year in December, and then we do a turkey hunt in the fall.
Yeah, how many y'all usually have and where they're from?
Well, we get them from different areas. We try to get as many Mississippi guys as we can, and we try to get new guys every time, other than we will have usually 2 of the former ones that have been there, and kind of to just show the ropes.
Yeah. You try to get different ones every year. Sometimes the same ones come.
We try to get different ones. They can come to a deer hunt and a turkey hunt in the same year, but then we try to get different ones, because we're not about, it's not a hunting club, it's honoring, it's Hot Coffee Hunts for Heroes. So it is, we reach out to guys that have PTSD or have been injured. We've had burns, people that's been burned or have lost arms or legs, and there's a lot of people that need to be.
They were very complimentary, and it really means a lot to them, doesn't it? And I know it means so much to you and Troy and your folks that do it, but it means a lot to...
It does. It means a lot to us, and it means a lot to the guys that come. And we don't have a website, but we have a Facebook page, and it's Hot Coffee Hunts for Heroes, and there are videos on that page of wounded warriors telling what it means to them, and there's also posts where they have written. We have a Marine, Mike Savoy is his name, that the Sunday when he left, the hunts, they come in on Thursday and they stay till Sunday, and the Sunday he left, he wrote a post, and my daughter was there, had come for the hunt, and she started trying to read it to us, and she couldn't read it for crying. On him telling, and if you want to kind of see what we do, that's the best place to do it.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about, y'all done this about 20 times, and I know you'd do it more if you could, and maybe Troy can shed a little light on it. But if you want to call in about honor and remember, and you remember Pearl Harbor and our veterans, you can certainly call. I want to mention J.V. Poole from Ellisville, Mississippi, and the Collins Veterans Home. We've been up there many times. He's very ill, folks, as many of the World War II veterans are. I think we're losing 1,500 a day. We won't have many left, but let me tell you, without that bunch in World War II, and I know the other wars too, we're not taking light of them, but World War II was the one that where we had so many killed and so many that are dying every day. So we're here to honor and remember them, and I understand Ted Tibbett will be involved with Camp Shelby, who runs our show in Hattiesburg on 98.1 FM. 1-800-251-5891, pound 444. If you're a C Spire customer inspired, right here in the Reeves Metal Studio, we'll be right back with Honor and Remember and the Wounded Warriors. Y'all stay with us.
For the very first time, legendary entertainer Paul Ott brings to you the best of both worlds. His greatest hits on CD and DVD, including Oh Blue.
I am Mississippi. I am the South.
To order, simply go to listentotheeagle.com or just write Paul Ott, Summit, Mississippi, 39666.
Welcome back to Listen to Eagle Live in Jackson, Mississippi. Beautiful Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation building. What a great company, Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation and Insurance. Yes, and Reeves Metal Studio. Toll-free number here tonight if you want to honor and remember any of your folks that were in any of the wars is 1-800-251-5891, a pound 444 if you're a C Spire customer inspired. Troy, David, so good to have you on Listen to the Eagle, Troy, and I'd like for you to bring us up to date and tell maybe some of the sponsors that have helped sponsor this, along with how many y'all have done?
Paul, this will be our 20th hunt.
That's unbelievable.
We've been doing it 10 years. We do a turkey hunt in the spring and a deer hunt in the fall. And, of course, to begin with, we start out just on a prayer.
I know.
That's about where we started. And, and as time went on, we got different sponsors involved. Southern Pine has fed, I don't know how many thousand people, but they'll feed catfish on Friday night to everybody that comes, and we'll feed 100 to 150 people. And this will be the 20th time that they've done this. And Turner Brothers, I can name, I don't know. There's a guy called me today from the American Legion in Mobile. He's bringing a check up Friday.
Yeah.
So, it's taken a while, but we've got the word out, and then with help like you and a lot of other folks, what makes it work.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's just a great payback, and I know it means as much to y'all as it does them, and I was really impressed with some of the comments from the guys and what it does mean to them. Troy, we were there entertaining with Tom Lester, I guess it's been 3 or 4 years ago, and you think some of those guys are not listening, but you sing a song and you see tears in their eyes, and they are. The same way it goes with the veteran home. But cooperative energy and the power of 12 and Jordan and that bunch down there, a great company.
They do a great job.
They really do. But would you like to make a plea out there for Mississippians? I know you said you try to get as Mississippians as you can, Beverly. How can they get involved and try to get to be part of this?
Well, like Beverly, I think it said, we've got a Facebook page. We don't have a website, but we do have a Facebook page. And if you look the Facebook page up, it's got numbers. Just call us.
I don't know if the number's on it. Phone number.
Phone number.
Yeah.
Well, that's even better. Now, how many can y'all have, Troy? How many?
Usually deer hunting, it doesn't take quite as much effort to have a good deer hunt as it does turkey hunting. We'll hunt from 10 to 12 deer hunters, and then we'll go 6 to 8 turkey hunters in the spring.
Now, where all do y'all hunt? Are you having any trouble finding places to hunt?
We don't have any problem. The local landowners, actually, a lot of times they don't hunt their property until after these guys have hunted it, then they'll go hunt. But we have a world of people donating their property for us to hunt. We don't have any issues, no problems whatsoever.
You can't name everyone that helps, because if you do, you miss someone.
Yeah,
we have a lot of help.
Well, let me ask you this. The Department of Wildlife, Fisheries and Parks work with you on those out-of-state licenses?
They do.
How do they do that?
Most time they just forgive the license, but now Mississippi Outdoor is supposed to be down this time, and they've been down several times.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're supposed to be down Rusty. And then Real South Hunting, they'll be down. We have it's taken a long time, but it's been worth every bit of it.
Growing. Are you planning on growing? Tell me about the cabins. You got 3 extra cabins now?
We've got 3 extra cabins, and we've converted an old pole shed to a mess hall. Gives us a little bit more room than it was when you came down. We've progressed a good ways, but we don't want to. That's one thing that we don't want to get so big till it's not personal.
Yeah.
And you can, and so we try to keep those numbers down. And you say that, well, that's maybe a little selfish, but it's not. We do, and I've said this a lot of times. We do hunt, and that's a reason for people to get together. But it's not about hunting. Yeah. If it gets about hunting, we're gonna quit.
Yeah, what's it about, Troy?
It's about these guys getting together and having somebody that they can call in their darkest of times.
Yeah,
and
they have them, don't they?
They have them. Make friends.
From most all wars.
Most all wars, we've had some from the Vietnam War, and we have supposedly this time some from the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
But most of it's from this stuff over in Afghanistan, Iraq, wherever.
So how do they deal with their serious injuries? Do they have a problem getting there and staying there and being comfortable while they're there, Troy?
Well, generally speaking, not. I guess every now and then you'll have somebody we've had one person that's in a wheelchair, and of course, if you're in a wheelchair, you got problems.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what you do; it's just hard. But generally speaking, we don't have any issues. I mean, we'll take, if at all we can, and we'll take care of any issue that somebody might have.
Yeah.
We just do what it takes.
So we got a caller. Who we got, Jim?
We got Glenda on the line in Maben.
Hey, Glenda.
Hey,
Good to have you, girl.
thank you. It's good to be on the air.
What can we do for you?
Well, my name is Glenda Palmer, and I'm from Maben, Mississippi, and I wanted to honor my dad. His name is Wyman Bishop Jr. He's from Maben, Mississippi, and he is a World War II vet, and he was in the 5th Marines, 1st Marine Division out of China, and he was stationed in China.
I see. Now
And
he's not.
92 years old.
He's living at 92 years old.
He is living, and he is 92. And he went on the honor flight 3 years ago, too, the one they had to Washington, D.C.
Yes.
He got that honor.
Where was he when Pearl Harbor, do you know, attacked?
No, sir. He was on his way in that direction, and they told him that Pearl Harbor was attacked, and then he found out the war was over, so he never had to go into actual combat.
I see. Well, will you please tell him from us and all the people in Mississippi and America how much we appreciate his service, because we wouldn't be here without him?
Well, I certainly will, and thank you, and thank you to all the other veterans. My husband is retired Air Force, and my oldest son has also been in the Air Force, Air Guard. So we're military folks.
Military family.
Yeah. Well, I sure appreciate your call, and we'll be taking some more calls. Please tell, what rank was he?
I forgot to ask him that one.
Well, we'll just call him Major Bishop.
Oh, he'd love that.
Okay, thank you for calling, Glenn.
Thank you.
All right, the toll-free number, if you want to call in to honor here, we're going to take a break, will be 1-800-251-5891, or pound 444 if you're a C-Spire customer inspired. We'd be glad to have your calls to honor your servicemen for the reason we're all here, and the Wounded Warriors will be coming back. Stay with us, don't go away.
Hello, my name's Michael Gandy, and I've been privileged to know a fellow by the name of Paul Ott Holland Peru since 1958. He has quite a story to tell, and it's available now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble as an ebook. Listen to The Eagle, The Lives of Paul Ott. All funds will benefit Talking Book Services of Mississippi, your blind friends and neighbors. The audiobook version is coming in June.
All right, welcome back to Listen Eagle Live here in Jackson, Mississippi, and the Farm Bureau Federation building, the Reeves Metal Studio. Toll-free number 1-800-251-5891, pound 444 if you're a C-Spire customer inspired. If you'd like to honor any of the servicemen right here statewide live and streaming nationwide too. Now, how do these guys get there, Troy? Does they have people bringing them from, if they come from out of state?
Well, some of them, most all of them probably drive.
Yeah.
And I don't know for sure. And we supplement their expenses a little bit to help them, with the expenses getting there.
Yeah.
And like Barry said, we try to target Mississippi guys, and we'd love to get as many Mississippi.
How do you do it? Do y'all try to do that, or you just wait for them to call? Y'all know who they are? Do you have a list?
We've done a lot of things, and of course we make these old trade shows, and if I see somebody that, for whatever reason, and I don't know any particular reason now offhand, but if I see somebody that appears to be maybe a wounded warrior, I'll mention it to them.
Oh, you do? If you see one?
If I see one, and they, we've numerous ones we've had to come and come to hunt with us, but it's just word of mouth. That's just
and like you say,
come.
it's not about the hunt; it's about getting together.
It's about
and
getting
thanking
together.
them.
That's
and
right.
those meals are good. Who does the cooking, Bill?
Not me.
I know it was mighty good tonight. I was there, I'll tell you.
That's Southern Pine Power
Southern
Company.
Pine.
Isn't that great?
And
Power of
they-
12.
Yes,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
have volunteers that help and cook breakfast in the mornings. I don't do that. I just kind of am there. I offer my help, but they say, no, you got enough.
Well, if people around the state, or out of state for that matter, because we're going out of the state, Troy, are listening, let's tell them. I know you got a Facebook, not a website, but you want to give some kind of information maybe for the next hunts, which will be in the spring.
In
Is that
spring.
right?
That's right. And my phone number is 601.
Wait a minute. Let's do that slowly. 601
601-214
214,
9880.
and you'll put them down
We'll put them down.
for spring. Now tell
For
me when
spring.
it is in the spring.
Do I now? Where it is?
When?
When? It'll be the
what
second
month?
weekend. It'll be in March, but I don't know the dates. It depends on. We do it the second weekend of regular gun season and turkey season, and that varies a little bit from year to year with the department. So I can't tell you exactly what that's
What is
gonna
the
be right now.
success rate of the harvest for these guys, deer versus turkey?
Shoot, we hadn't kept up with it, to be honest, but there's way more deer killing than it is turkey.
What do you do with those deer? You
Most
get them
of
to
them-
hungry for the deer?
Yeah,
Huh?
I'm proud you brought that up. We take them, or one of the soldiers does, or wounded warriors, carries them to a processor, and he processes the meat and turns it over to the soup kitchen that feeds a lot of homeless vets.
In Biloxi, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the
but-
Mississippi Wildlife Federation is doing that with great success. They'll be on there on the second Monday night. They'll be on next week, and we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Because that's a great contribution too.
Yeah, it's good.
To do
It's
that.
all good.
If you want to call in, we're going to have Lisa back up here to talk about honor and remember, because we need to honor and remember. And I want to thank Francis and Troy, of course, for the Wounded Warriors Project in Hot Coffee, Mississippi. A wonderful thing they're doing for the Wounded Warriors, and it'll be taking place this week, taking them on a hunt. As Troy said, it's not all about the hunt. It's about the closeness and repaying them for what they sacrificed for us. 1-800-251-5891. Or pound 444 if you're a C-Spire customer inspired. Those are toll-free numbers if you'd like to call in on this last segment on Listen to the Eagle and honor and remember your family soldier that was in any of the wars, World War II or whatever war. We'll be right back. Y'all don't go away. Give us a call. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
For the very first time, legendary entertainer Paul Ott brings to you the best of both worlds. His greatest hits on CD and DVD, including Oh Blue.
Many of an early morn.
I am Mississippi. I am the South.
To order, simply go to listentotheeagle.com or just write Paul Ott, Summit, Mississippi, 39666.
Welcome back to Listen to Eagle Live in Jackson, Mississippi at the beautiful Farm Bureau Federation building in the Reeves Metal Studio. The toll-free number on this last segment, if you'd like to call in, we'll put you through, is 1-800-251-5891. That's toll-free nationwide, statewide, of course. Lisa Tingle, we're glad to have you back because these people need to have this flag. And so how can they do that?
They can go on to honorandremember.org, and it's a website for Honor and Remember. It's a national organization, and you can put request a flag, and that request will come to me, and we will get that order filled. We do have funds thanks to some sponsors. We've had Hot Coffee Hunts sponsor flags. We've had Farm Bureau of Mississippi sponsor flags, and we do have funds available, and we would like to get those soldiers honored here. Or they can call me at my number, which is 601-270-0192.
Let's do that slow again.
601-270-0192.
Now tell the ones listening right here exactly what that is. I remember how beautiful it is with all the information of the fallen soldier.
And these flags are hand embroidered and hand sewn. They're made in the USA. It's going to have the soldier's a name, killed in action date, and their rank, and the conflict that they were killed in.
And given to the family.
And given to the family in a ceremony. They're not just shipped, because we want to honor each individual by name, because we don't want to forget that sacrifice. Not at all.
Yeah. Francis, we got about a minute or so. Anything you'd like to say to the state of Mississippi or about this? I like what you came up with, that title about Hunters in Heaven. What was that you said?
Heaven in the Woods.
Heaven in the Woods.
That's what the guys call it when they come. Well, and they would always say, are you going to Hot Coffee to hunt? So that's where we got our name, Hot Coffee Hunts for Heroes. And then they call, it's just like being in heaven. And so that's where we got Heaven in the Woods.
That's what it's like, too. And I want to thank y'all for being here. We're out of time. But you know what we always read? For they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles, Troy. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Please report, if you will, next week. Maybe call in and tell us how it went in. Okay, on the 800 number, we'll have the Mississippi Wildlife Federation, Brad Young, here with the Mississippi Wildlife Federation. And we will see y'all next week on radio and television, same time, same station.
Many times I have stood in defense of this great land. Whenever aggressors rise, you'll find me close at hand. I've been called around the world that all men might be free. I march behind Old Glory. I fight for liberty. And I was there with Washington in Valley Forge's bloody snow. Ragged but determined men, we overcame the foe. I was called the volunteer. This time in New Orleans, we denied the crown. We had no need for earthly kings. When Travis called, I answered. The Alamo was lost, but I returned with Houston, and we showed them who was boss. When brothers from the north and south began their bitter fray, I could not choose a side, so I was blue and I was gray. Then again the challenge came, a challenge deeply felt, and I went down to San Juan Hill with Teddy Roosevelt. Then in 1917, I went over there to face the Kaiser's armies, and I whipped them fair and square. I went again in 42, before all Europe fell, to Hitler's rage and tyranny, in a war they all called hell. And I was there in the Philippines, by the side of General Mack, when the rising sun flew o'er our land, I fought and won it back. I have been on Pork Chop Hill and in the jungles of Vietnam. Wherever I am needed, that is where I am. Then in just 43 days, I calmed the desert storm. I followed the battle plan of General Schwarzkopf to the Kuwaitis' open arms. I'm the right arm of America. I am the Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marines, America's finest daughters and sons. I'm sometimes called the National Guard. I'm how the peace was won. Green Berets, the 24th, Top Gun, the SEALs, paratroopers, and the Flying Tigers, too. Many are the uniforms I've worn, and these are just a few. On the battlefield and at home, I'm your security. Tunes of peace from freedom's forge. I'm what keeps you free. Now there are those who say I'm evil. They condemn me and they damn. But they are free to say the things they say because of who I am. Across this hallowed land of freedom, where old glory flies so free, I am the brave men and women of America's armed forces in pursuit of liberty.